Hello and welcome to today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Inkem Agonwa. You can always watch us on NYSC TV on TSTV channel 365 and NYSC Radio 88.3 FM. Today is a special episode. We bring you highlights from the just concluded launch of the NYSC Community Development Service activities and the Director General's CDS Awards for 2022. The theme of this year's event is Harnessing the Gains of Community Development Service of Rural Communities. The event was graced by top government officials and other stakeholders, the NYSC Governing Board, NYSC directors and state coordinators, and our core members. As one of the four cardinal programs of the NYSC, CDS has impacted greatly on the lives of Nigerians across the country, leading to improvements in their economic, health, political, and social-cultural conditions. Come with us.
Welcome to the 2022 annual launch of NYSC Community Development Service CDS activities and Director General CDS Award ceremony holding here at the Bolton White Apartment and Event Center, Abuja. While appreciating you all for your presence in this all-important event of national significance, may I quickly remind you that the NYSC Community Development Service CDS is one of the four cardinal programs of the scheme, in which core members are organized to work with local communities to promote self-help efforts and execute strategic developmental projects in their host communities. In view of the significance of this program, the management of the NYSC scheme under the leadership of Major General Shuaibu Ibrahim instituted the annual launch of CDS activities and Director General's Award ceremony to create the necessary advocacy and support needed from the various stakeholders and publics of the scheme as a measure to sustain effective service delivery, growth and development of our national economy.
The Director, Community Development Service and Special Projects, Alhaji Abdulrazak Salau, in his remarks, lauded the CDS as an enduring platform for core members to initiate and execute projects aimed at improving the living standards of their host communities.
Community Development Service has remained an enduring platform for core members to initiate and execute projects aimed at improving the living standard of their host communities. Such projects and programs include construction of culverts, bridges, tree planting, development, SDGs sensitization, digital connectivity, mass literacy campaign, quality and free medical services to rural dwellers, among others. Community Development Service Program embodies economic, political, and social-cultural objectives as captured in the following: improving in the rural communities and motivating the people towards self-help projects for greater self-reliance, thereby reducing over-dependence on government. I must express our profound gratitude to our Director General for his maximum and unparalleled support for CDS programs, which have impacted positively on the living standard of rural communities nationwide. Sir, your innovations and radical approaches to issues, challenges have revolutionized the CDS programs and projects and equally facilitated the numerous achievements recorded by the department. CDS award winners, thank you for taking up the challenges of our Director General by embarking on developmental projects, thereby improving the living condition of your host communities.
The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Major General Shuaibu Ibrahim, in his welcome address, disclosed that the Community Development Service is a cardinal program of the NYSC, through which the scheme has continued to make positive impact on communities, including the remotest villages of the country.
CDS activities not only contribute towards accelerating the socio-economic development of our country, but are also practical illustration of the continued relevance of the NYSC. Thus, all hands must be on deck to ensure rejuvenation and repackaging of the activities with a view to sustaining the tempo of this achievement. The institution of the General CDS Award, which commenced in 2021, is to recognize and reward the hard work and innovativeness of corps members, dedication and commitment of the CDS officers, as well as the immense support of our partners towards the successful execution of CDS programs. This is also a unique moment to salute corps members nationwide, who, as our foot soldiers in the execution of all CDS activities, continue to strive to leave their footprints in the sand of time. It is heartwarming to note the remarkable improvements in the weekly group CDS activities of corps members, including the ones on health services, campaign against drug abuse, quality control, legal aid, education, development, among others. There is no gainsaying the fact that nation building is a cooperative enterprise for which all and sundry must play a role.
Speaking further, the Director General, Major General Ibrahim, commended stakeholders that have shown immense support for the proposed NYSC Trust Fund, which has reached advanced stage of legislation.
Amongst other benefits, the trust will make the community development service more impactful through the provision of adequate logistics for execution of the various programs. For instance, the mobile clinic donated by the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Aisha Muhammad Buhari, is greatly facilitating the conduct of our medical outreaches in communities in the Federal Capital Territory under the NYSC Health Initiative for Rural Dwellers. So when the trust fund becomes operational, similar high-capacity ambulances and other essential medical supplies will be deployed to boost the program in states of the Federation, thereby enhancing the contribution of the scheme to the provision of quality health services for Nigerians.
Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, who is ably represented in this occasion by Hajia Adiza Muhammad Kabir, Mandate Secretary of the Social Development Secretariat of the SCT, to do us the honor of presenting her address and formally declare this program open. A round of applause as we welcome the Honorable Minister, please.
Let me use this medium to sincerely congratulate the Director General of NYSC and members of his management team for the giant strides that the scheme has achieved in recent times. As one of the 4 cardinal programs of the NYSC, community development service activities have impacted greatly on the lives of Nigerians across the country, leading to improvement in their economic health, political and socio-cultural conditions. I therefore commend the efforts of management of the scheme in galvanizing the potentials of the corps members while also eliciting community interest towards national development. As I congratulate the management and staff of the scheme for keeping the flag flying, I have the honor to declare community development service activities for the year 2022 open. Thank you and God bless.
The NYSC Cultural Troupe gave a stellar performance at the event.
In Benue State, I say you national. Oh, Kambabe, I tell you, oh, Kababe.
Only graduate national troop.
Oh, Kababe.
They are much available for private and public
Oh,
employment.
Kababe.
Ministries, departments, and agencies of government. They are
Oh,
represented.
Kababe.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate these young Nigerians. Thank you, National Troop. Very much appreciate your wonderful presentation here.
Goodwill messages to the scheme were delivered by dignitaries at the event.
Director General, sir, my beg as the Social Investment Program Special Assistant to the President is that you must be doing this in the zones. This should be the grand finale. We must have 6 community development functions, invite the governors, show them Nigeria. They don't know. You need to radiate this, in my opinion, and we are with you. In all the clusters, we are partnering with NYSC.
To the DG, thank you so much. And I think it's a good place for us to put our hands together for the DG, not because he's here, just to appreciate him. I want to use this goodwill message to say a big thank you to our director of CDS. You brought this CDS back. What we are having today was not something we could think about in 2016, 2017. 2017, 2018. But we want to say thank you so much. The dynamism, the activism, all the things that we are seeing today, everything, you know, I always say this to you. Thank you so very much for not allowing CDS to die.
On behalf of my organization, we're happy to support, and we feel like we are in the same partnership to solve a major problem in Nigeria, which is unemployment. We want to give a kudos to all those, especially the core members who have done fantastically well in their service here. We'll keep working with you.
Today's launching of the CDS activities, the proposed staff and stakeholders awards, and the associated publicity will create more awareness and engender greater commitment, dedication, and mobilization for the sustenance of the new and more impactful NYSC CDS.
Our collaboration with NYSC that relies on community development and the youth of Nigeria will enhance the awareness creation, knowledge spread about safe blood and blood donation. And I want to again say here that in the course of the collaboration, many National Youth Corps members have voluntarily donated blood, and they have continued to express to Nigerians and advocate to Nigerians that there is a need for people to donate blood voluntarily. You don't have to know the person you are giving blood to. This collaboration between the two organizations with our combined efforts to enlighten millions of Nigerians through the sensitization and the education of core members and the staff in all the rotation camps nationwide shall translate to risk-free lifestyles, enhance voluntary blood donation, improve health outcomes, and the attainment of universal health coverage and the sustainable development goals. The DGNYC and its management team have been very supportive in this regard, and we thank him.
The partnership and collaboration between ICPC and the NYSC started in September 2002, some 20 years back, when the Commission started engaging youth corps members nationwide in the fight against corruption. The ICPC's platform for the effective engagement of corps members in the fight against corruption is in 3 phases. That is the anti-corruption orientation lectures, usually delivered in all the 36 states orientation camps across the country and Abuja. There is equally the formation of the NYSC anti-corruption community development groups for interested corps members immediately after the orientation lectures, and there is the practical aspect of this engagement, which is the anti-corruption activities carried out by the various CDS groups at their place of primary assignment under the guidance of the relevant ICPC offices at the subnational level and Abuja, the current Director General of NYSC, when the NYSC is invited among other stakeholders to participate in major activities of the NYSC, such as the one we are witnessing today. On behalf of the chairman of ICPC, I congratulate the Director General of NYSC on the successful launch of the 2022 NYSC Community Development Service Activities and the DG's Award.
At NYSC CDES is a laudable project through which some rural communities have enjoyed some degree of social infrastructure development cannot be overemphasized. There is no doubt that this gesture of DG's awards will be a source of encouragement to the awardees and a challenge to others. The hard work and diligence are a hallmark of success. To the successful awardees, I felicitate with you. I implore you not to relent on your oars, and the sky will be your starting point. To the entire corps members, let the discipline, sense of commitment, and diligence inculcated in you during the course of your service abide, and I wish you all a brilliant success in your future endeavors.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Director General will be launching the following components of the CDS program in the 2022 category of the annual launch of CDS programs. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now have the singular honor and privilege to request the honor of the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Major General Shuaibu Ibrahim, to come on stage to launch the aforementioned components of the Community Development Service and Program.
Group Community Development Service, Group CDS. The NYSC Group Community Development Service is a year-round affair that harnesses the enormous talents and skills of corps members into an effective machinery of change in our communities. Corps members are expected to use one day in a week for group CDS activities. Such days are dedicated to the execution of projects and programs that will improve the living conditions of their host communities. The operations of the above is hinged on 16 CDS groups, with several subgroups. Through these groups, corps members embark on projects and programs that will enhance the socio-economic development of communities.
The sick bed we are using, there was no window. They cut off the window, they put the cupboard, they renovated the environment, the room, painted it, and then they put first aid box, fan, and make it lively for the students to use.
I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the corps members for giving us the healing bay now. So it's better and it's working very well, and I'm very grateful to them.
Example of Group CDS: Education Development Group, Cultural and Tourism, Environmental Protection and Sanitation, Editorial and Publication, Road Safety, Sports, Reproductive Health and HIV and AIDS, Anti-Corruption, Core Legal Aid, Medical and Health Services, Red Cross, Polio, Breast Without Sport, COVID-19, Drugs Free and Quality Control, NDLEA, NAFDAC, Agro-Allied, Charity Services and Gender, Disaster Management, SDGs, Service Delivery, Attitudinal Change, Rebranding.
Permit me to stand on the already established protocol. It is my pleasure, therefore, to launch the Group CDS for positive impact and improvement of the living conditions of our rural community. Congratulations.
Personal Individual Community Service, CDS. These are projects and programs executed by individual corps members in their host communities based on community-felt needs. Corps members are encouraged, in addition to the Group CDS, to look out for areas where they could make individual impact in their host communities. Example: construction projects like building of toilets, incinerator, bridges, classrooms, games facilities for schools, etc. Social and educational projects such as establishment of ICT laboratory, school libraries, extramural classes, campaigns, sensitization, charity work, vocational training for the empowerment of unemployed youths, etc. As vanguards of change, they strived through these personal projects to correct the imbalance in the rural-urban development.
Corps have been very, very beneficial to this community. in terms of the community development services. The ex-copper of Equa Hospital Moro, Dr. Oyechi, did wonderfully well by assisting our children and the elderly who had a vision problem, because his project centered on restoration of vision. I benefited from this particular project myself and some of the schools in the local government. In fact, he extended his services beyond Umara community, which spread to the nearby local governments such as Okero and the Ekiti local governments, both in Kwara State.
I gladly launched the revolution of our rural communities by core members through their personal projects in the area of education, healthcare delivery, agriculture, communication, infrastructure, ICT, economic empowerment, poverty eradication, national consciousness of our values, amongst others. Thank you. Congratulations.
On behalf of the National Youth Service Corps, I want to commend the patriotism of Corps members who contribute in no small measure to the socio-economic, political development and growth of the country through their selfless service under the CDS activities. We will be right back. On the news today, I will leave the scheme a fulfilled man, the Director General, NYSC. The Director General, National Youth Service Corps, Major General Shuaibu Ibrahim, has disclosed that he would leave the NYSC a fulfilled man, having done his best to bequeath lasting legacies. He made this disclosure while addressing NYSC inspectors at this year's Inspectors Development Program, holding at the Public Service Institute of Nigeria, Abuja. The Director General stressed the critical role of the inspectors as field officers who relate directly with the Corps members and monitor their activities at the local government levels regularly. The NYSC Borno Coordinator bags National Productivity Order of Merit Award. The Borno State Coordinator of the National Youth Service Corps, Mr. Nura Umar, has been conferred with the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by President Muhammadu Buhari. The awardee was among the over 2,000 nominees that were made from ministries, departments, agencies, state governments, and other organizations. While presenting the award to the NYSC Director General, Major General Shuaibu Ibrahim, in his office in Abuja, Mr. Umar expressed appreciation to the DG and management for the exemplary leadership style and provision of enabling environment which has enabled NYSC staff to excel in their assignments. NAFDAC collaborates with the NYSC on healthy living for Nigerians. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has appealed for support from the National Youth Service Corps for the promotion of healthy living amongst Nigerians. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mrs. Moji Adeyeye, stated this in Abuja during the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between NAFDAC and NYSC. Welcome back, and thank you for investing your time with us on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. You can always write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and we would write back. Remember, you could catch us on NYSC TV on TSTV channel 365 and NYSC Radio 88.3 FM. The safety of core members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Agoa. Stay safe.